Dog.
Yo.
Really? All four of you just
What up,
like,
y'all?
fuck it, I'm
We're here, we're
like,
here, we're here. It's funny, I just,
Wow.
the homie 2Max right here was just like, what's the name of the show? Because no one planned this for some reason.
dude.
We all
We
decided
really
to wear
didn't.
our shirts.
It
I
was
thought, I
crazy.
thought I was getting interviewed by Juvenile style. Fool. You guys are all fucking twin hype and shit.
No
fool.
shit, dog. Hey, dog. We all wore our fucking shirts tonight, and it was crazy. We really didn't plan it. That was a trip,
all
dog.
good,
That's
fool.
a
Yeah.
trip.
Laundry day over here on the B-side show.
Exactly,
Yeah.
man. That's pretty much
all
what
good,
it is.
man.
That's what's
We,
going on.
we are like 2Max is coming, man.
He's all
For real.
right.
Oh, I know Indigenous never washes clothes.
Yeah, I know, man. Yeah.
Hey,
I know Digi just wears every free shirt he gets. Like me, I do the same shit.
He's all like, go.
I got
Same
this.
way.
Hey, 2Max, man. I got to see you at the just this Saturday. Shouts out to Crazy Race once again. The Relevance Part 3.
Oh yeah, that was a
yeah.
crazy night, man.
Yeah, it was
shout
trip.
Shout out to Crazy Race, man, for inviting me to come out. That was cool and stuff, you know.
What I wanted to talk about, and we have you in the middle right here because you have a podcast now too, and I just
Right.
wanted, like, you're like our co-host right now. Just
Cool.
vibe out with us. But how's the podcast going? And can you tell the people like what's up with the podcast?
Oh yeah, man, with these homies called Platform Collection, they got at me
Yeah.
about doing a podcast. So we started one. It's called the 2Max Hologram Podcast, and it's on a Platform Collection. And yeah, we've done like 6 so far, man, and they've been coming out pretty cool. The homie Sick Jack and hooked me up with the first one. The kickoff episode was, I'm not even joking, it was like a 3-hour interview with Sick Jack, and so we broke it down into 2 shows, you know what I'm saying? And then, yeah, man, I've had D-Ski, my roommate, I've had Volume 10, and some other guests, you know. We got future shows coming up with Micah 9 from Freestyle Fellowship, AC Alone.
Dope.
Hopefully, Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. Different.
Dope.
We just try to do a podcast where when I get a guest, I do like a comprehensive interview with them, and I try to like really just ask them about their career and just kind of like dig deep. You know, I'm a fan, so like if I have somebody that I get to interview, I just try to go like real deep and, you know, try to have fun with it. You know what I mean?
And you
Dig
get
deep, dig deep.
you get a little different perspective too, like someone like Jack, because you kind of know him. You've known him from way back.
Yeah.
So you can kind of get
Stories
what,
out
you
about
know
the
what
past.
yeah.
You know what I mean? That to me, whenever I see an interview or something, it's always like those real behind the scenes stories that you want right on cue. Very, very good, sir.
Hey, you're good.
Fuck,
That's,
dude. Hey, I'm just gonna say shit like,
Yeah.
oh, I used to like LL Cool J, and then like 3 seconds
Then
later, you're good, man.
It's
You're
good.
dude.
It's about time, bro.
Dude, I'm really into Lady Gaga right now. You know, see what he pulls it out.
Yeah.
But yeah, you know, so it's like really, you know, you could really like try to tell stories, or like for me as a fan, you know, like there's always questions that I've always wanted to know. So you know, if I get the chance, like I really tried. We had booked Organized Confusion for Rhymefest, and I really was trying to get Pharoah Monch and them to really, because I'm such an organized fan. I wanted to. We didn't get to do it, but I was like, you know, so I'm like, I geek out. You know what I mean? And plus, like honestly, man, like what you guys do here every Monday, man, like you love it. You know what I mean? Love it. It's like you get to really, you know, talk about hip hop, and that's what I like to do, just like you guys. You know?
It comes from what you said though. Being I'm a fan, dog. I'm a fan. Like I love this shit. Like, and especially when we have dope ass artists, like we do most of the time. You know what I'm saying? So
Or like you guys
big.
break new artists. You know what I mean? You guys are constantly. Every time I come here, you guys have artists sometimes that I've never heard of, and just, you know, or I always see your flyers. You guys always putting on local talent that's, you know, trying to get to the next level. And what you do is you actually give them a platform, and you give them something to like hold to like build on. You know what I mean? Like I remember when I was really young, I was talking to my homie today about it. He's like, "What are you gonna do today?" I'm like, I'm gonna take the train to B Real TV, and then I'm gonna go do the B-side. Like to me, I'm like, it's like I'm blessed. You know what I mean? To be able to go do 2 things that some artists, like, if you know, when you get to hook them up, this is like the highlight of their month, of their half a year, of their year, and it gives them something to show their family or like their supporters. Like, look, I'm doing it, man. I'm getting to that next place.
And
you know?
especially
So
when you say like
it's
family,
a blessing, you know.
when you say family, because like when I like really got into all the things that I started doing, like I guess maybe everyone kind of goes through. I'm not sure if maybe everybody else went through this, but there's always that little doubt from the parents because they're being parents
For years.
You know what I mean? And they're like, "Are you sure?" I mean, well, what about a job?
My
What about a
parents,
job?
hey man, my parents they're like more concerned with my future than than anything. And I'm like, I'm straight. We're cool. And my parents are like, you know, my parents would be like, where's your money? Where are you getting, you know, how do you get paid? Like, you know, my parents are still, after like years and years of like touring the world and playing like, you know, some sold out shows and bringing them, they're still like stressing like, how do you gonna pay your rent?
Hey,
you know, like,
your parents are dope. 'Cause I remember when I did a photo shoot with you, man. And,
oh yeah, you did the photo shoot really for my family. Was it my family? So
yeah, it was.
And my parents came to pose at the bus stop.
That was
on La Brea in Washington.
Cool. It was awesome.
You know,
man.
Mid City. You know, my parents are like, you know, we all go through that. I went through like 8 years of my parents doubting me. You know, I'm the firstborn, and they want me to go to college and all that. And man, I would bring my dad to shows, and the promoters would treat me like shit, and like I wouldn't even let me play, or like, you know, when I was coming up, and I remember taking my dad to East LA College to do a show, and they kept treating me bad. Like my dad sat there for hours, and I never got to play. And so I remember going home being like, damn. And I didn't invite my parents into another show until it was the Visionaries record release, sold out at the Troubadour. You know, like mosh pit. Like I wanted to make sure that the next time my parents saw me showing them that I'm doing it, that I did it. And then finally, after years, when my dad went to that show. I mean, the show was so packed. I'm not even joking. The show was so packed. Planet Asia was like rolling a blunt on my dad's shoulder. Like it was like body to body, and Planet Asia was like rolling a blunt off my dad's shoulder. Like that's how fucking packed it was.
PA, man.
And then finally after that show, my dad was like, all right, I know, I understand, you know.
Now I know what's up.
Hey, but that's, I mean, do you think maybe that's kind of, I don't want to say kind of a blessing, because he got to actually really see that the struggle and just that building from that show there, how you were treated to this show here, and it's just like boom, you know.
I mean, right now, what is it, like 9:30, almost 10, right? Man, if it was 6 o'clock right now, and you go to my parents' house, and you walk in the door and go into my dad's room, my dad's sitting in front of a keyboard playing music right now. Like my dad plays regardless. Like my dad actually looks at me kind of like, how the fuck are you trying to make money off this? Like my dad literally plays, you know, he's at home playing a Neil Diamond song right now. You know what I mean? My dad plays music by himself, nobody watching him. My dad never tried to do anything but play. So for me, you know, music is that deep in with my dad, so that, you know, my dad's just about music, so he understands that part. Because he's about that. Like nobody's paying attention to my dad. Not even my mom. Like my dad's just in the room by himself, playing songs and doing shit, doing his shit. So I understand where he understands where it comes from. He just, you know, like parents are. They're like, how you trying to make money off this shit? You know,
how was money made for
They
this?
didn't know.
And you guys know that too, man. Gemini Indigenous, man. I know you guys sometimes just at the pad, whatever time, wake up and just start.
It's extra hard for DJs and producers because they really don't get paid. You know what I mean? Y'all really fucking go to shows, get there at 7, unload equipment, leave at 2:30 in the morning and get $50, $100. You know what I mean? Like I know what DJs is like. You know what I mean?
You got to go home at 4 a.m. Indigenous, right?
Oh yeah,
Razzcat. See, yeah.
Dude, me and you've gone to Arizona with me. You know what I'm saying? Like we you know, the DJ life. I remember wanting to carry my homie that was my first DJ's equipment, and dude, I was like, man, you mean you show up at 5 and you leave at 2, and you know you get paid this? Like, I mean, you know, DJ Redmatic, man, many a night in the beginning. I mean, he was already established, but still, many a night it's like, look at Red carrying fucking boxes of records, setting up before anybody gets there. I'm still at home watching TV, and Red's already at the fucking show, already set up down the street eating. And then when the show's over, we can just fucking jump off stage and dip out with some girl and shit. And Red's still fucking like, are you kidding?
There,
I gotta fucking unplug my equipment and get all my shit out, and
it's like
make
you
sure I
guys
don't get
are
stolen. You know what I mean? Like
artist and roadie all in one. You know what I mean?
It's like, dude, and it's like backbone of the artist, music provider, and roadie. And unappreciated sometimes, you know what I mean? Like I see it, dude. Like I see DJs DJing all night and catching $50 at the end of the night. But it's not about the $50. It's about you loving the shit, what the fuck you're doing, you know? Trying to make something fresh.
That's why, man. Hey, and I'm glad like we could at least try to bring that back to where we could showcase, like by doing the 4 turntables. Like I hope we could bring that awareness back to the fucking. I mean, you know,
I don't know what happened, but that shit slipped away for a little bit, where it fell off the like what do you call the shit, like the DJ competitions, like all those like DMC and all that shit.
Yeah.
Man, I feel like at some point when electronic music and EDM took over, that kind of the skills changed for a little bit, and it got just more into party DJing. But there's, I was just at the Guitar Center a couple months ago, and I got to see, fucking P-Trix and fucking Mike Realm and all these dudes. And they were just fucking it up, and it just reminded me of back in the day when I used to see that shit every month and shit.
And it's true though, because with the other show that we do is more EDM format and stuff like that. Before, everybody was like on text and shit. Now everyone's there, so when they come on a show, they're like, yeah, I need some Pioneers, some fucking 2000s and shit like that. Like, what the hell?
Serato.
Yeah, so you know what I mean? It's like, wow, it's crazy, dude. Yeah.
I mean, it's easier, man. I mean, it's easier.
It is, don't get me wrong.
You know what I mean? Like, you can bring everything you ever had on a computer. You know what I mean? Instead of being like, I got this one bag. You know what I mean? I remember Red rolling around with one bag, and it's like all I got. Whatever this one bag is, this is what I'm bringing tonight. You know what I mean? So I understand, man. I used to make dub plates, man. Like I used to bring. I had a box of records. I had a box, and everything I did, either records that I bought, like I'd be rapping over whatever other people's shit, or I would go make my own dub plates for $20 a side in Culver City, and I would go and I have dub plates on dub plates on dub plates.
Wow!
But those you could only play them 20 times, and they start disintegrating after 20 times. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Hip hop knowledge, easy, yo.
You can only every time. So after 20 shows, so after 20 shows, they start disintegrating. So you'd have to really, you can't just play the shit to play it. You'd be like, I can only play the shit at shows.
That's right.
That's how old I am, fool.
But that's crazy.
That's old shit, dude.
For anybody who even seen those sets like that, man,
kicking knowledge.
That's some shit right there, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, no, it's crazy.
Yeah. Hey, look, what we're gonna do is, because I want to talk. We got a 2x4 set coming up that's gonna be real dope, and I know me and 2Mex talked off air, but like we're fans, and like that's gonna be dope when we see this right now.
For sure.
Definitely.
I wanted to ask a little more about some content, about the content of music and your style that other people still cannot recreate, even when they try though. But I got a love problem. Hey, check it out. We'll be right back, man. After this video, man. This B-side show, 2Mex in the building.
Word.